and all. Been a while since I made a video. Things have been a little, the weather's not been great. It's been up and down, and usually sometimes when I'm out, I'm just doing short little things and not just necessarily recording. But here we are, heading down to Fort Erie again. I love the drive, especially when I get paid to do the drive. Got some contract work down there, so which is kind of cool. But got a plan coming up for sort of camping. Gonna do a one-night camping test with a friend of mine. Won't get into too many details yet. I won't give it away, but it can be kind of cool. We'll definitely be recording the event and how things are going there. So looking forward to that. The weather's starting to get nice on a more consistent basis. Although today we actually had like single-digit temps. We still got it. It's showing at 7 degrees this morning. I don't think it's updated yet for where I am, but single-digit degrees. But it doesn't quite feel like that, so I haven't been able to see the wind factor on this to see how much of a chill that might have differentiated. There's the word for the day. Big words, and I have started coffee, so maybe it's working. But yeah, we'll have a little bit of fun today. See how it goes. It's nice and sunny out, as you can see, sunlight, yay! Yesterday was nice. Did a little bit of a barbecue with my buddy of mine again. Apparently, Confederation Park. That's strange. The camera just stopped. Wow. Well, one of those days, I guess. Anyway, so yeah, Confederation Park. We did a little bit of camp out there. Had a barbecue. Just hung out. And just enjoyed it. It was fun. It was nice. The weather was that weird combination of if you're in the sun, it's warm, but there's a very cool breeze coming right off the lake. So you have to find the right spot where you're getting sunlight, but you also get the breeze at the same time. So it worked out nice. It was kind of nice just to kind of get out and barbecue, and it's always good for barbecuing. You can check my Instagram at Dragondon, DRAGNDON. All right, well, let's see how the rest of this day goes, shall we? Quick call, only half hour, and that was just kind of really taking my time to understand what happened. So I keep fixing other technicians' problems, but they keep telling me there's no other technicians. Like when the clients say, yeah, the other guy, it's like clearly there is another guy, and I keep fixing his problems. Today was the keyboard on a laptop wasn't staying still. So I mean, they're screwed from the bottom. So I got told the wrong screws were used. Okay, so they sent a keyboard and then a screw set. Okay, so I get there, and when I take the back off, they're captive screws. So these are screws that will not fall out because there's a little washer on the inside. So you can't lose them, and you can't reuse them. To take them out is a real pain in the neck because you have to hold on to this washer and unscrew it, so it's extra work. So there's no need to do so. Like, nobody does that because they're the same screws. Now, of course, they didn't send those screws because they're a different style. Okay, so I just replaced the keyboard and used the original screws, and it screws in just fine. That just means the other guy didn't take his time, was trying to screw the screws in, which just sounds really weird. Was trying to replace the screws, retighten them back up, but wasn't lining up the keyboard. Looks like he stripped them even a little bit, so he said they won't go in. Well, how can they not go in? They're the factory ones. And I keep fixing other people's problems, but hey, they keep wanting they keep wanting to use the cheaper techs. It's like, I gotta fix other people's problems, and then you want to complain about the money I charge. Like, if you gotta send a guy out a second time in a row to fix a problem, you've just lost money on that call because you're hiring guys who can't do the work properly. I mean, I'm fine with all the immigrants and all that coming in legally. I don't care. But if you're hiring them right out of the school, then they don't have the experience. You wonder why you're losing money. So when they try to chintz me out of my rate, it's like, no, you pay me because I know what I'm doing. That's the problem. For some odd reason, people just don't get it. They keep thinking they're going to save money, but they're not. They're spending more money by chipping out and cutting corners, literally. I remember when I was in South Korea, I was there for 5 years. I was doing tech support over there, and in a city called Uijeonbu. So it's about an hour north of Seoul, and they got the new U line. So Seoul has a lot of subways. This line in Uijeonbu was raised. So I'm not sure the proper name of it, but it was a brand new line, and there's only 2 cars at that time. It was totally automated, so there were no drivers in it. Everything's done remotely. Fine, modern tech. But I got stuck on it twice. Luckily, both times were really close at the stations. Like one of them, I remember, stopped right at the station. Then you get out, walk along the maintenance path, and then when they eventually let you out. I was there one day. I saw this older white guy. All right, so I just started having a conversation, wondering why he was there. And he worked for, I keep forgetting the name. I want to say Otis, but not Otis Elevator. One of those company names. It's on the edge of my brain, but I can't quite grasp it. Anyways, he shakes his head. The Koreans keep taking shortcuts. It's like, in one sense, I understand what they're trying to do. Get the job done quicker so it makes them look better. Fine, but when you're taking shortcuts, that's not getting the job done better. Yeah. It's just really bad work. Some of these guys are just too much for us. They want to use these younger guys that just like, oh, I can get the job done because I'm good and I'm, earning my income and whatnot. That's fine, earning your income, but man, do not rush to a job. That's got to be done twice. And this isn't the first time I've done this. But here we are. Truck coming, big truck. Don't want him to not have to slow down any more than necessary. So anyway, heading back. Still a nice day out. You can see sunlight. A little more cloudy out now. Definitely a lot more cloudy. So you get this scattered sunlight and very spread out clouds. So very thin, wispy clouds. I know it's supposed to be raining later this week, so I'm guessing cloud cover is going to increase a little bit more as we go along. Well, hey, today I got a nice payday for going for a drive and working. Really, the bulk of the work was like about 15 minutes. First time talking to the other guys who work there and try to get an idea and get to know them and be nice to the guys. I mean, if you're going to work somewhere, do a little bit of, I might call it networking, but just simply be nice, enjoy the guys, have a little bit of fun with the jokes, and make some IT jokes with them because they all like that. But yeah, it's a nice day, and I don't know if I got another call. It's kind of was supposed to have to, but they never responded completely to the other one. So I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm not going there. Maybe they got the other guys to go and do that one. At least that one should be simple. It's just a matter of replacing a battery and replacing a UPS, and that's just simply plugging it in and 2 wires for the battery. So, well, it's an easy job. I wouldn't get out there till later afternoon and then start pushing to the rush hour time. And since it's Mississauga, that's their Toronto traffic, and it's never great. So sometimes it's just not worth it for even the easy jobs just because of where it's located. So I like going down the Fort Erie, Simcoe, Niagara Falls. Traffic's very rare until you get back into the bigger cities. You don't get much for traffic. So just enjoy the day. Find another Tim Hortons. See, maybe grab a little snack or something and find another place to sit and chill out and work on some of the other stuff. Brought the laptop so I brought the Windows laptop because I need to do some more work, and it's mostly on Windows. I should try it on my iPad just to see the visual interface on some things don't work so well on more mobile devices. I finally found an AI tool that works well. It's not necessarily an app or a windowed web browser, which looks ugly. It's funny for a modern thing. It's funny how bad some things are designed. Yeah, my iPad's a little older, but if I'm in a web browser, you should be responsive. That's the word I want. So the coding style is called responsive. so that it adjusts automatically to the size of the window. It doesn't really matter what browser you're in. You get a slightly different experience if it's smaller, of course. Well, let's see if I'm about finding a spot to sit. Found this cool little place to park and check out a bridge and some old industrial stuff. I don't know if that's even still in use. But Derrick Point Memorial Garden has this cool little bridge here, so we're gonna park here. It's a nice little area. Definitely come over the bridge because I'm here for the water and the cool stuff, cool features of the world, you know. Guess I put those down for winter shoveling, but ooh, I think that's a beaver. Hey, it's a beaver. We got this beaver bridge now. He's still watching. Water's really clear right there. That's a blue-green color. It's really pretty. It's kind of mean. It's got like a... It's like a blue-green, like an aqua green. It's so quiet too. Just water moving. See, if it wasn't for the motorbike coming by, I think I'll have to stop the video because I don't want that on the sound. Yeah, here he comes. Oh, he's walking it. That's cool. That's actually pretty deep. I could just stand here and watch this all day long. Did you see the beaver? What's that? Did you see the beaver?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I come out the bridge, he just started.
No way.
Yeah, he was just going that way. All right, I'm going that way. Someone else is coming this way. It's kind of cool.
The water's really clear over here today, eh?
Yeah, and it's a beautiful color too.
Oh,
I could just.
a long time since I've seen the water like that.
That's cool. Man, I could do just stand here and watch this all day long, man.
If I didn't have stuff to do, I would too.
Right?
To be honest with you, that is absolutely gorgeous.
Definitely. Have a good one.
You as well, Wayne.
Seriously, it's so quiet and. Oh, he's local. Said this is the clearest it's ever been. That's a good sign. We're doing something right. And there's the old industrial. Doesn't look like it's used at all. Still some other construction down over that way. Not construction, but there's a gravel pits and whatnot. Let me get a wide angle shot of this. No, it won't let me do the wide angle on them this way. Won't even pictures. Alright. Bacon chicken wrap. Yes, no veggies. Damn it. I forgot to record. I thought it was recording, but it wasn't. I thought the same beaver came back. And he walked right up. He came up by me. Kind of stood by my feet because he didn't realize I was there until he was about a foot away from me. He just stopped and looked at me, watched me. A little skittish, then booted around and continued on. And I thought I was recording. Damn it. Alright. Then, I was talking about the water and stuff. Another guy come across on his bike, and I looked. I see another beaver. There's a second one. I'm going to try and get him because he's probably going to come back this way because the bike kind of scared him off. But he'll probably come back. I'll make sure to record it this time. Man, it's hard to not enjoy these types of days. It really is. Beautiful views. It's funny. I always kind of like to be the most efficient, most direct way to things. And then crossed there's a bridge down there that went I'm sitting down that way and you're looking at me. Okay, it's a bridge the way I'm looking that I crossed over and then I pulled off to the side to try to find a spot to kind of park. And I saw us. So I went, oh, okay. So I went down the road, but I went going down the wrong road. The map actually showed me the other side. So I was over, that way somewhere. I was like, nuts. I was kind of annoyed because I had to backtrack, but then it's like, I'm finding cool spots like this. Hard to beat it. Yeah, I can't believe how deep that river is right in there. And I guess that's probably about 20 feet deep. It's likely why the industrial building was there, so that they have boats coming up and down here and to move materials and whatnot. That's what most of the waterways. Oh, hang on. This is a bird. Going to every spot. I wonder if he's just looking for like a spider to eat or something. He found something. He had something in his mouth. I think he found a spider. Or something else caught up in the web of a spider. A couple crows in the end. I'm hoping that beaver comes back soon. That'll be really cool. I'll stop recording. I'll try recording him when he does come by. Although I'm wearing red, so it usually kind of means danger. Well, usually humans. Pretty sure the animals too. It's a bright color. But I don't know their color vision on beavers. Hey, if anybody knows, let me know below. He's down there. He's right along the shadow of the bridge. He's at the very end on the left-hand side. Very, very far in there. He's looking. A little suspicious. I don't know what happened if he gets near me. Don't move, spook him. It's okay, not gonna hurt you. This is one of the times he keeps looking back. Is he checking at me? Or is he, like one of those times where he wants me to follow? I'll follow. Just been said that. But he's running. I'm curious. Very skittish. That's cool. Maybe should save him a bit of the wrap. Give him food. But let's see if he was actually just asking for help or just being really, really cautious. And I don't blame him. I went down here. I don't know if he went down in that way, because once he went around the corner, I would not have saw him. He was wet, so it means he came from the water. I don't know if he's just losing his winter coat, that's why his fur was a little missing in spots. But I don't see him anywhere. Still love that water, man. No, I think he was just being overly cautious. Well, worth the check out. Maybe I'll stand on the other side because I think he was walking in the shadow of the bridge, so staying out of the sun. Smart. Let's see if he comes back. In the meantime, there's a big boat going through a canal. Barely see the spots of it. I think there's a walking path over that way to go and watch. Let's go watch. Alright, I'm trying to get over there as quick as I can. I'm not gonna run, but there's a fence right there. That's so you don't, go into the canal and do something stupid. But there's the tanker. Whatever type of boat it is. The Bay Como. Canada Steam Lines. Trillium class. Goes on, it's a big boat. Definitely goes out in the big waters, that's for sure. The big waters. I don't know why I'm talking low. Would be better if I had my headphones in, but I forgot to put them in. They are in my pocket, but I'm not going to bother changing at this point. But let's get over to the fence, which is as close as we can legally get. You know what, I don't recall if I've ever watched a big ship go through here. I know I've been down to the docks, or the locks, but maybe these are the locks. But and the bridge is up. So you're not going across that bridge, going back down towards Fort Erie. There we are. He's a big one. And the waterway narrows down over there. When I came through, I saw one boat in there and it was tight. Likely where some of those scratches came from going through locks like this. I don't know much about boats, but that looks to be riding high, so I'm guessing empty or certainly not as weighted down. So to make sure that was on Do Not Disturb, so nothing screws up. Oh, see reverse engine going on there to slow down the speed. Imagine the amount of steering that you have to do to go through there. So tight with such a big boat. I'm pretty sure they bump off sides all the time. Obviously not very hard. I have to scratch paint and stuff. It's saying at what, 5.5 meters deep? So roughly about 15 feet below the water is the rest of the boat. And when it's really heavy, obviously it goes up higher. Or it's just lower, I meant. That might be a better way of putting it. Yep. There are really cool apps to track things like boats and planes. Anything that's public knowledge, there's a live app that you can actually look at for this stuff. So you know the type of boat, where it came from, where it's going. You get some other information like the make, models, and stuff like that too. Companies. G-loose, G-lost. G-lost, G-loose. Interesting terms you see. Obviously it's for some boat term. Not a sailman, can you tell? You're going through the locks now. These are the type of engines where you don't ask the miles per gallon. It's more like gallons per mile. Looks like it's sitting a little lower in the back than the front, so that's like as close as it is 7 meters. So it's a little heavier in the back. I mean, maybe it's just the engine compartment. One of these days I'll get a good view from, you park a little closer to the canal and locks and watch the whole process. Ah, Montreal. So I do remember most of my French anyways. And for those who are really curious, that's actually French for Mount Royal. This fence is 7 feet tall, so can't even hold the phone above it. If I had my extended holder, yeah. Now we sure can build some big machines, can't we? Just too bad it kind of screws up the environment. But gotta get those Tiwu orders over here somehow, right? All things considered, it's actually moving at a pretty decent speed. But then it'll go past the one lock and the hang on, gotta go on a bike. As I was saying, it's gonna go through pretty quick, but at some point it'll stop. I'm not sure what they're called, gates, doors, close, and I don't know which one's higher or lower, but the boat goes into a section, the water will either drop or rise so that it matches the next lock, and they do the same thing until it gets to the same level as Lake Erie where it's going. It's a pretty tight fit in there. Yeah, so it's just passing the bridge, and visually not so important anymore, but really kind of cool. What it was. Robin Hood flower factory. Haha, yay! One mystery solved. Oh, you can hear the siren from the horn. Guessing it's a signal that it's at a certain point, or they signaled the bridge, or the bridge signaled them, the lock control. Who knows? Nice little park. That was definitely a cool experience. So worth stopping by, going out of my way. That's just the way my brain thinks. I like to be as efficient as possible. It's like when I'm at home and I've got to leave the city and go somewhere, but I have to stop somewhere else. Well, I know the quickest way is to get out of the city, but if I have to make a detour to go to a bank or a store, that just kind of just irritates my brain. And it is what it is. I understand why it's necessary, but just one of the things about you know, how my brain works. So I'm good with it. But yeah, so worth it, because those are usually the fun moments when you do something totally unexpected, totally unplanned. And hey, I got paid to drive down here, so not gonna complain over that. I appreciate all the money that comes in to fund my little adventure like that, and the bigger ones too. So can't wait to get into some of the bigger ones this year. Weather's, you know, like I said before, it's nice. It's getting better. Still a little on the cool side, but better than snow. Then you could just be outside. I mean, I've got a heater, a propane heater for this, so no problem being inside this and staying warm. Done that a few times. But I'd rather be outside, not necessarily in a jacket. Oh, right now this is just a light jacket. Now let's see how the drive home goes.